Hello and welcome to the finale of In the Reels. I'm Jamie Bruce. After this, Harrison will go in a different direction, talking about director Steve McQueen, and wait till you see the new lineup on CK and CK at the movies. But first, one last time, let's do features. Starting things off with a hot racist bang, we go to Atlanta, Georgia. Multiple movie productions are moving out of the state in response to a new law aimed at suppressing the votes of minorities. The law was signed in March by Governor Brian Kemp and was aimed at suppressing the vote that propelled President Joe Biden to the White House last fall. The typically red state of Georgia famously flipped for Biden in 2020, followed by 2 surprise Senate wins for the Democrats as well. Talking about the bill, Governor Kemp said in an interview with NPR that actually it expands access. And you all know so little about him that you didn't even realize that isn't Kemp. It's actor Bruce Greenwood, who played the president in Kingsman 2 and National Treasure 2. To be fair, Brian Kemp looks like he plays the president in movies where he's clearly a bad guy. The law limited election ballot drop-off locations in areas with a large concentration of people of color, and also had new requirements like needing a form of ID to vote when you previously didn't need one. All these were to limit the surge of votes that flipped Georgia blue in 2020, most of the votes coming from communities of color. This story really hit a peak this week when Will Smith announced his runaway slave film, Emancipation, would be moving production out of Georgia. Director Anton Fuqua said this about the decision to leave the industry-heavy state. "We cannot in good conscience provide economic support to a government that enacts progressive voting laws that are designed to restrict voter access. The new Georgia voting laws are reminiscent of voting impediments that were passed at the end of Reconstruction to prevent many Americans from voting." Think about that for a second. The movie about fighting one of the most egregious forms of systemic racism this country ever saw, which happened in Georgia, by the way, had to move their production because of a new shiny version of that same racist system. As Fuqua said, it's the same crap black people have been dealing with since we ended slavery and restrictions like Jim Crow laws were put in place. The film is literally called Emancipation and takes place in the 1860s. That was over 160 years ago, and Georgia is still too racist to have a movie about racism be filmed there. Do you have trouble sleeping? Well, Netflix may have the solution for you.
This is Headspace Guide to Sleep. In this series, I'll teach you new facts about sleep backed by science. Things you didn't know you need to know. Like, do we really need 8 hours? Is going to bed with our phones really that bad? And I'll go there. Do those pills really work?
What kind of pills is she talking about? Anyway, Headspace's Guide to Sleep wants to teach you about the myths and habits of sleep in a fun animated visual style. And I don't know, would anyone really want to get their sleep tips from an animated Netflix show? No one's sleep is that bad, right? Yeah, fair enough. The show is the second in a series by Headspace and will premiere on Netflix on April 28th. In other news, ArcLight Cinemas in Los Angeles is closing its doors for good. With the pandemic taking away everything that's good in the world, theaters across the country have been closed on and off for the past year. The irreparable damage done to the industry has affected one of the most famous cinemas in the country, and one that was a staple to the Los Angeles film scene. On the ArcLight premises is the iconic Cinerama Dome Theater, which is also being shut down. In a statement on their website, the company had this to say: "After shutting our doors more than a year ago today, we must share the difficult and sad news that the Pacific will not be reopening its ArcLight Cinemas and Pacific Theaters locations. This was not the outcome anyone wanted, but despite a huge effort that exhausted all potential options, the company does not have a viable way forward." Unless you're Ben Steinberg, who has created a Change.org petition to save the theater. Steinberg directed the petition at Netflix, Disney, Apple, Amazon, and a few other mega corporations. Because yes, that's who's going to try and save in-person cinemas. 4 of the largest streaming companies in the country. These companies made a ton of money after an increase in streaming last year. They collectively had a boost of 25% in the year of 2020, according to Nielsen. Regardless, the ArcLight was a massive staple for fans of Tarantino, Kubrick, Spielberg, and many other massive directors in the industry. Movie fans loved the ambience and relaxing nature of the facilities, but sometimes didn't have the best attitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for the delay. We have a problem with the projector and we cannot get it restarted. So what we were going to be doing is giving everybody in here readmittance passes so you can come in and see this movie at another time. I know. We do apologize. This is something that was beyond our control. And believe me, you do not want me to be playing the role of Magic Mike.
That was for an 8:30 showing of Ted, so it's possible those are just obnoxious Seth MacFarlane fans. The Cinerama Dome was often painted or decorated for movie releases, including Shrek 2. That is now in my nightmares. The 10th movie in the Fast and Furious franchise released a trailer just the other day. It shows John Cena playing the villain, Jacob, because for some reason, spy thrillers and car movies are in the same genre now. Here's a clip from the trailer showing Cena playing the brother of Vin Diesel's character, Dom.
I spent my entire life in your shadow. And now, you spend the rest of yours living in mine.
We going wild. We on the loose.
Not today.
Where have I heard that before? Oh, right.
Die, potato. Not today.
Earlier in the trailer, Roman Pierce, played by Tyrese Gibson, commented on how the franchise has gone so far.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine. And now we got cars flying in the air?
All right, come on. This is the franchise that launched a car into a helicopter, jumped a car onto a boat, and flew a car from one skyscraper to another. It's probably about time they figured out how to make them fly. Well, that's it for features. Enjoy the rest of In the Reels, and thank you so much for tuning in. One last time, Harrison, it's all yours.
Thank you, Jamie. My name is Harrison Swales, and this is A Different Direction. Not to be confused with the 60s film star of the same name, Steve McQueen is a powerful filmmaker that uses his humanism as a vehicle to tackle larger political issues. Whether it is the IRA hunger strike, slavery in America, or the West Indian community that he grew up in during the 70s and 80s, his striking imagery leaves a true impact on the viewer. Steve McQueen was born in London, England in 1969. He is of Grenadian and Trinidadian descent. He has always wanted to be an artist when he was growing up, but his father was unsure of this path. School overall was difficult for McQueen, as he was unfairly sidelined into programs for manual labor. However, in college, he was able to be the artist that he dreamed of always being. He studied art and design at Chelsea College of Arts and went to the University of London to focus on just art, where he first found his passion for filmmaking. McQueen would start to make short artistic films in the 1990s that would focus on architecture and race. They were more driven by themes than plot. It wouldn't be in 2008, at the age of 39, he would make his first feature film, Hunger. Set in 1981, the film stars Michael Fassbender as Bobby Sands, an IRA prisoner who went on a hunger strike to protest against England's control of Northern Ireland. It is a relentless film that refuses to look away from its subject and gives him the justice and representation he deserves as a political activist. Fassbender's physical transformation as he went on a 900-calorie day diet for 10 weeks to prepare for the role. This was the beginning of a great working relationship, as he would go on to work with McQueen in 2 more films. His supporting performance in 12 Years a Slave earned him an Academy Award nomination. While Hunger and McQueen's follow-up feature Shame were great critical successes, it could be argued that 12 Years a Slave was his breakthrough film. The film is an adaptation of the 1853 memoir of the same name. It tells the story of Solomon Northup, a free African-American man who was tragically kidnapped and sold into slavery. The film is such a powerful work that confronts America's horrific history of slavery. Rather than show a clip from the film as we usually do, we would like to show an interview with McQueen and Laurie Blake discussing how he decided on making this film.
I was wondering, in the process of making the film, did you learn anything new about slavery that you didn't know before?
Not really, no. The thing that actually was the thing that for me was very important was Solomon Northup, his story that I didn't know before. And I was sort of upset with myself when I first finished reading the book, because I didn't understand why I didn't know this guy's story. But then I realized that no one I knew his story. And then the book became my passion to adapt into a film.
Once again, McQueen gets incredible performances out of his stars. Lupita Nyong'o's supporting role as the abusive slave Patsy earned her an Oscar. She was the first African actress to win Best Actress in a supporting role in 2014. Nyong'o's award win catapulted her into stardom, as she has since starred in Jordan Peele's Us and has made appearances in Marvel films and Star Wars as well. 12 Years a Slave would continue that night to win Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Picture. It was the first Best Picture winner to be directed and produced by a black filmmaker, and also the first to be written by an African American. Steve McQueen's latest project has been an anthology of 5 films, the Small Axe series. It shares a central location, London's West Indian community, and spans the late 1960s and early 80s. This is the time where McQueen grew up. However, the films, for most part, are not biographical.
These are new types of human beings. They are not demoralized or defeated persons. They are leaders, but are rooted deep among those they lead.
We mustn't be victims, but protagonists of our stories.
Don't you think it's time things were different?
As individuals, we have an impossible battle. As a collective, we stand a chance.
If you are the big tree, we are the small axe, sharpened to cut you down.
The first installment, Mangrove, is a phenomenal alternative for those who were underwhelmed by the trial of the Chicago 7. The Mangrove was a Caribbean restaurant that served as a commonplace for the neighborhood until it was unfairly harassed by police officers. This targeting of black-owned businesses led to rallies against police conduct until the protest is provoked into violence. The Mangrove Nine, as they were labeled, stood trial against the Metropolitan Police Department. This was a monumental case that was the first judicial acknowledgement of the racial prejudice in Metropolitan Police. The second Small Axe film was the opening night feature of the New York Film Festival, Lovers Rock. It is the most widely seen in the series thanks to its direct 70-minute runtime and the phenomenal atmosphere it evokes. The film follows the setup of occurrences of a reggae house party in West London. The film is less about politics, race, and discrimination, but a beauty that can exist in life outside of pain. Angelica Bastien of Vulture.com put it best: a transfixion of romance, not just between the two characters at its center, but one about the beauty of the human body, the succor of an energetic party, and the possibilities and hush of a night. If you're missing gatherings in the age of pandemic, Lovers Rock can serve as a sweet balm for those longings. The other installments of the Small Axe series, Red, White, and Blue, Alex Weddle, and Education, are all worth checking out as well. You can find all of them on Amazon Prime. After discussing such an impressive group of films Steve McQueen has made, it is no wonder that he is knighted in the 2020 New York Honors. He was honored for his service to art and film. It looks like he is going to start production of a documentary about Amsterdam during its occupation in World War II. No matter what he chooses to make in the future, we will happily go in a different direction with Steve McQueen. Now here's Cameron and Cole with CK and CK at the movies. Wait, I guess just CK at the movies. Doesn't sound that cool, I guess. Oh well.
Yo, dude, that's a banger.
Yeah, dude.
everyone. Welcome back to CK and CK at the Movies. I'm your host, Cameron Kaercher, and today I'm joined by my wonderful guest, the letterboxd extraordinaire, Edward Balarjan. Edward, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. It's great to be here, but since CK is not on the show, shouldn't it be CK and EB at the movies?
Oh, shoot, that's right. Yeah.
Shouldn't we have to reshoot the intro?
Yeah, actually, can we just cut? I'm gonna redo the intro. Can we just do that? All right, welcome everyone to episode 4 of CK and EB at the Movies. I'm your host, Cameron Kaercher. Today I'm joined by my wonderful guest, letterboxd extraordinaire, film club enthusiast, Edward Balarjan. Edward, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Cameron, for inviting me. It's great to be here. I'm glad to be on the show on this very special episode.
Yeah, today we are talking about the 6-time Oscar-nominated film this year, Promising Young Woman, directed by Emerald Fennell. I didn't have the plot written down. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Nothing in Cassie's life is what it appears to be. She's wickedly smart, tantalizingly cunning, and she's living a secret double life by night. Now, an unexpected encounter is about to give Cassie a chance to right the wrongs from the past. Edward, what did you think of Promising Young Woman?
Oh, I love this movie. Like, it's my second favorite film of 2020.
Oh, all right, high praise.
It's only behind Soul, but that didn't get nominated for Best Picture, so I guess Promising Young Woman is my pick for
Right, yeah, no, that's totally fair. And also, when it comes to the Academy Award nominated writing and directing of Emerald Fennell, I have to say it is top notch. What I find really fascinating about the film is the way that it engages with genre. When you look at like the rape revenge films of the 80s, something like Death Wish or Last House on the Left, they take this really hyper-masculine approach. And then Emerald Fennell, what does she do? She flips it on its head. She doesn't care about that. That's what I really like. What's like your favorite aspect of the film, Edward?
Fennell does an excellent job at blending these different genres together. I mean, you got like this rape revenge story, and then you also got some lighter bits, and it's a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Especially with Cassie meeting former classmate Ryan, who's played by Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham, also a director. He directed 8th Grade with A24, a phenomenal coming-of-age story.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So I feel like this review is pretty straightforward. It's a great film. I'd recommend it. Edward, would you recommend?
I'd absolutely recommend it.
All right.
Definitely go see it any way you can. It's available on Blu-ray, DVD, digital. One of the best nominees this year for Best Picture.
No, I totally agree. Ed, good job. That was a really good review. Thank you so much for coming in at that last second. I mean,
of course, yes.
God, this is easily our best episode yet. Trust me, because when Cole was here, whew, you know, like in the Western when the tumbleweed rolls by because there's just nothing to work with.
Yeah,
that was Cole. If I'm being honest, I know he's all happy fun time in film club, but my God. Whew, you put him on a stage? We agreed no contact, but clearly somebody didn't listen very well, and that's something that Cole needs to work on, if we're being honest.
What are you doing?
Hi there.
Hey, Cole.
You got an eye patch? Really?
Well,
are you that dramatic? What's going on here?
Well, we needed another episode, Cole. I mean, we just had to, so Edward came in very kindly. Thank you. Okay.
Uh-huh. Look, I'm not here to do another episode. I don't really give a crap.
Well, actually, no, it's okay. Ed, could you actually just pop off the mic and let Cole back on again?
Yeah, sure.
No hard feelings.
No, of course not.
You did great, but
thank you.
Cole, come on.
I'm not.
Go right ahead. It's all yours.
Thanks, Ed.
I don't want it to be.
Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
I'm not here to
shoot the show, just so everyone knows here. I'm here because I want to know about this.
Yeah.
You sent my RA to my room to give me a monkey.
You know, but did you open the monkey though?
What does that mean? I mean, open the monkey. Jesus.
There you go. You want to read? Want to read that or stuff? I don't know.
What is this?
Just read it. Just read it. I don't know.
Why are you getting like that?
Yeah, just read the letter.
You think you can crap talk me and then try and make a fool of myself?
Just read the letter.
Hi, Cole. I'm sure you're probably...
I'm the one. I just to be clear, I was the one that was writing it. So when he says hi, Cole, I'm saying hi, Cole to him. Go on.
Hi, Cole. I'm sure you're probably expecting me to give you a 0 out of 13-star rating in this letter. But I actually kind of want to say that I give you a fast mile-per-hour rating instead. What does that even mean? You know, you won't answer your phone. No crap. And the lady at the front desk won't let me into your dorm building. You were at my dorm building. You were trying to get into...
Don't worry about it.
So I sent Cameron, the monkey, to deliver this letter to you instead. I'm running out of room to say what I was going to say.
Yeah, well, okay. That happens to the best of us.
So I'll make this simple. Makes sense? There is no CK without his and CK at the movies. Always and forever. Cameron Kong Kaercher?
Well, yeah, that's my middle name. That's not the point of the story.
Your middle name is Kong?
Yeah. So, I don't know, do you want to you want to review the movie or something? For old time's sake?
Kong?
Well, no, Promising Young Woman with Emerald Fennell.
Wasn't that what you just reviewed and finished with?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we could do another take or something. Yeah, let's get going. So, Cole, what did you think of Promising Young Woman?
I haven't seen it.
Oh. I mean, it's a good movie, I guess. I like the stars and I don't know. I'd give it a green. For you to look at the colors of the rainbow, I think green would be appropriate because it deserves all the money in the world because it's a great movie. I want to once again thank my guest, Cole Kajajian. He's been nothing but a pleasure. I'm CK, and with me, as always,
MCK.
Have a good night, Plattsburgh.
Welcome to In the Reels. So happy to have you. My name is Jamie Bruce.
Hi, my name is Harrison Swales. We're going a different direction today with Agnes Varda.
Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of CK and CK at the Movies. I'm your host, Cameron Kaercher, and today, you know it, I'm still joined by my wonderful guest, Cole Kajajian.
Cocaine Bear! No, that is not the name of some alt-punk band from Chicago.
These two films will join the first cab provide a perfect double feature if you want to start watching the films of Kelly Reichardt.
And the movie this week is Sorry, gotta log in my phone. The Promising Young Woman. Where are you going? Come on, Cole. You can't win them all. Good night, Plattsburgh.